49ers mock draft season is here. I got Nick. I got
I liked it.
Did you like it? You're
I
only in
liked
there
it.
for 1.5 seconds, but I added you, Ryan, Jesse. Had to.
I mean, it just shows that you've been on with some heavy hitters. That was the peekaboo beat, right?
Yes, it was. Music knowledge. But today I got Nick and Grant. We're going to be doing a 49ers mock draft. Nick, how are you, man?
I'm good. I love doing these mock drafts, man. I like seeing like some of the potential picks that we have, so I'm excited to get into it.
Grant, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, and I feel like a sophomore in high school who's a little unprepared for a test. Because I gotta say, I've been studying the draft, but I've been focusing on the low hanging fruit, the first round, and the combine's next week. I'll be there, and in a week and a half, I will be a draft expert. But today, I'm gonna be piggybacking on Nick a lot. I already know, but I'm really excited to hear what he has to say and learn from the both of you.
Yes, I think the same for me. I kind of know the first couple rounds, then like 6th, 7th round. I know maybe a couple players. That's really it. But we're going on to NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. I don't know how good this simulator is. I did this simulator before, and Abdul Carter fell to the Niners, which that would never happen. But let's get started. Why not? Let's see what happens. Cam Ward. Okay. Abdul
Also,
Carter.
I just want to point out that on my stream, there's a goal of 10 super chats. And if you get to 10 super chats, I will sing Fernando by ABBA. It'll happen. I'll sing it. So, buddy, we got to get 10 super chats. I don't know if we can make it happen this early morning.
Grant, can you sing?
Oh, my God. I'm such a good singer.
Is your voice just angelic?
It's angelic. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Grant, if you get 10 super chats, I will be expecting a performance after this.
Okay. All right, good.
Okay. Well, pick 11. I mean, we got Will Johnson, and we saw Will Johnson yesterday. He literally, I forget who did the mock draft. It was like an NFL analyst. Do you know who did it, Nick?
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah.
Daniel Jeremiah. And Will Johnson fell to the Niners. We got Genty, Tyler Warren, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. I think for me,
hold on, Nick, real quick, because I'm a little confused, and maybe some people who haven't seen this simulator before. So the first 10 picks have been simulated.
Yeah, do you want to go through the first 10 picks?
Can we look at them real quick? I'd be interested to see who went where.
So Cam Ward went first.
Okay.
Abdul Carter, Shadur Sanders, Kelvin Banks went fourth, which it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Mason Graham went fifth. This is I think this could happen, Mason Graham. But I've seen people say Mason Graham could fall, which is, I don't know if he would fall. But you got McMillan to Vegas.
Membu going over Will Campbell is crazy.
That is crazy. I think I would switch.
But Will Campbell is the best one for sure.
I would switch Membu and Campbell. Then that would look kind of normal. And then Travis Hunter going to the Bears. It's a little bit crazy. I don't think Travis Hunter would fall that far, but he did. Now it's our pick. Nick, is there anyone on this list that stands out to you? Because for me, there's only one guy. But Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about yesterday. I think there's about 5 or 6 players that 1 or 2 of them is going to drop to the Niners. And Will's one of them. So I think you have to take Will here. I see a world where Jalen Walker's picked. It says edge here.
But he is a linebacker.
Yeah, and he plays kind of like a stack backer, so he can play backer. He's kind of like a Micah Parsons. He can play in a lot of different positions. He's fast, and he's been rising up the boards. So I could see a world where by draft day after the combine, after Grant gets him on his own stopwatch, and we
That's right. The real time.
Real time.
Yeah.
I could see a world where we do go Jalen Walker, But if Will Johnson's here, I do think he's a lockdown number one corner. He got compared to Pat Surtain. I don't know if he is as good of a prospect coming out as Pat Surtain or will be as good as Pat Surtain, but I do like his capabilities. So,
Grant, what about you? Are you a guy that you want to take Ashton Genty, or are you a guy that wants to take Will Johnson? Or maybe
See,
Tyler
to
Warren?
me, the two best players in the draft are Genty and Warren, and they're just sitting there for you. And like, do they fill a need? Like, yes and no. I don't know. I mean, you want a trench player or a corner, one of these like premium positions, but I just think Genty's probably has a much higher grade on the draft board. I think Warren has a much higher grade on the draft board than those two players. I mean, Will Johnson's really good too. Jalen Walker's really good. I could definitely see the Niners going defense here and taking Walker or Pierce. I could see them taking an edge rusher here because, or even Quinnen Williams. I mean, Walter Nolan, Quinnen Williams, because they really haven't addressed the trenches in a long time.
yeah,
but I don't know. To me, I think I would take Tyler Warren, but I don't think they'll do it. I think I would. He looks so good to me.
He
looks
does
so
look
good to me.
He does look really good. He does look really good. But it's just like, I don't know if you can pass on a guy like Will Johnson. Like, he's like, I think he's either right behind Travis Hunter in this draft, or he's almost a little bit better than Travis Hunter at that cornerback position.
Let's talk about Will Johnson then. Will Johnson, great player. I have nothing to knock him. But you already have Lenore and Renardo Green. So you bring in Will Johnson, and Renardo Green is now your number 3 corner, which is, he'd be a hell of a number 3 corner. But I mean, I'd like him to be a starter.
Well, I mean, you're also going to have sets where you have 3 corners
True.
on the field.
70% of the time. That's true.
Yeah, and it seems to me like what's happening in today's NFL law is like you'll have like a CD Lamb or even like a Jamar Chase or for sure a Monter St. Brown. Like a lot of these receivers are getting kicked inside, right? And playing the slot. So when you have somebody with the versatility like Demo who can slide inside, and then you can have Green on the outside with somebody like a Will Johnson.
Good luck passing.
Yeah, I think that's tough to beat.
It's tough. Yeah, that's a good call. It just seems like the Niners have made it their mission statement to address the trenches this offseason.
For sure. And I want them to, definitely. But Will Johnson, it's like, if you knew, so he got compared to Pat Surtain. So let's just say he is that, right?
Okay.
If you got Pat Surtain, the Niner, like every Niner and the front office is going to take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, the league would be cooked if we got a Pat Surtain Jr. The league would be cooked.
Yeah, it'd be tough to pass on.
I do like Tyler Warren though, and the Niners haven't. When's the last time? Like, I think, like, I don't remember the last time the Niners have had a good backup tight end. It's literally just been Kittle. Actually, you know what? Eric Saubert's a great backup tight end. We should sign him again.
Also, Genty. I mean, we saw what happened to the Niners when they lost McCaffrey, and there's no guarantee that McCaffrey will be McCaffrey ever again. It seemed like the best teams have incredible running backs now, and it's becoming more of a running league. I mean, passing is down. It was like 217 yards a game throughout the league this year. So, I mean, I love Jordan Mason, but he wasn't necessarily that difference maker that Christian McCaffrey was. And Genty seems like a similar player. I don't know.
The only reason why I say no to Genty here is because of how many times we've seen Shanahan go from the 3rd round on and pick a running back and him be special. You know, like you have Elijah Mitchell. He was the 7th round, I think, or 6th round. You have George Mason undrafted. Like there's so many running backs he's drafted that just were either late picks or undrafted that have like been able to run capable. Like they've been capable runners in our offense. So I don't know if spending the number 11.
That's true, but they haven't been able to replicate what McCaffrey can do as a dual threat, as a receiver as well. And I think that's why Genty is so highly regarded. Not just what he can do as a runner, but all the potential he has as a receiver as well, and what that does for Purdy in this offense.
Personally, I think there's a better dual threat running back in this draft, but that's later in the draft. Okay. I think there's someone better. I feel Genty. We have McCaffrey. We extended him. We stick with him, which, yes, he's injured. We've seen this injury. We don't even know how good he's going to be when he comes back. I do think this draft is so running back heavy that I think later rounds we can get a guy and he could be great. I just think drafting Ashton Genty, I think Genty would want to be the starter too. But if McCaffrey's there, you know Shanahan loves McCaffrey. He's going to play him 10 out of the 10 times. We saw it. Jordan Mason was having a great year. McCaffrey comes in. Jordan Mason doesn't touch the field again. So I think
I
we'll
have
go.
a prediction. I think if this is how the board lays out, I think the Niners take either Jalen Walker
Mhm.
or James Pierce. I think they take the edge rusher they like the best.
I don't like.
I think you don't like James Pierce.
No.
How come?
I mean, he going into this last year, he was like probably a top 10 lock.
He
And
he was number one, Nick.
Yeah, or arguably the number one pick. Yeah,
I
but
saw mock drafts. He was supposed to go number one.
Yeah, I just think he's really raw. I think he has a lot of skills he has to work on. He's got speed, but he can't really, like, if you're comparing like him to Abdul Carter per se, like he can't bend a corner or like straight overpower someone like Abdul Carter can. So I don't really like him. Like,
And to
he's
be
not
honest,
The reason I like Pierce is he's played in a 4-man front. He's played DN. He's played with his hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
He is fast. He does convert speed to power. He had a very high pass rush win rate, which is a pretty translatable stat. He has he's not Abdul Carter, but he does have arguably the most explosive first, second, third step of the edge rushers. And you know that's something that Chris Kasarik and Robert Saleh look for. So whether or not it's the right pick, I think they're going to be tantalized by his skill set. Jalen Walker's interesting too. I'm curious to see like how he tests. I just don't know what position he plays. Like you could argue that he could be Dre Greenlaw's replacement, or you could argue that he could be Leonard Floyd's replacement. I don't really know what to make of him, but he does seem like an incredible athlete that Howie Roseman would take.
Yeah, and I think he is a safe pick because of what you said. Like, I think there's going to be downs. If say we draft him, I think there's going to be downs where he takes Dre Greenlaw's spot. And then I also think there's going to be downs that if we have a linebacker that we either draft in this draft or, say Jalen Graham or D Winter steps up even more this year, I think they push one of them in and then kick him down to edge and see what he can do on the edge. So, yeah, I do think it's a safe pick. Usually linebacker, because he's just like a linebacker technically. So usually linebacker at 11 is pretty early for a backer. But since the capability of playing edge, I think it's a safe pick.
Yeah, Patrick Willis was the 11th pick. So if you're going to be a linebacker taking that high, you better be pretty freaking special. One more guy I want to ask you about, because this guy was at the Senior Bowl and KJ Wright was coaching him. So the Niners know him. Mike Green, what do you think?
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, okay. I think a lot of people are kind of kicking him down for small school. You know how it goes. But he's a stud. I think there's a world where he comes out, and I think Abdul Carter's going to be better than him, maybe have a better NFL career. But outside of Abdul Carter, I could see a world where he's the second best edge rusher coming out.
I could see the Niners taking him if they like what they saw from him at the Senior Bowl. They know him pretty well. They didn't take any juniors last year. I don't know if they're going to change that trend, but they took 0 juniors last year.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's because Trey Lance burned him, but Mike Green, senior, explosive, could be. One more guy I want to ask you about. A lot of people in Niners Twitter universe like Walter Nolan.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
If we go D-line, he's my favorite pick here.
Okay.
He's a stud. He's kind of like he's like a quicker, faster, better, like Jerome Hargrove. You know what I mean?
Hargrave, yeah.
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 I think he's a stud. I think he can rush the passer very well. And if you have him inside next to Bosa, it's going to be really hard to stop that side of the whole line. So I think he can bull rush you. I think he needs some work in run stopping and maybe put on a little bit of weight. But outside of that, and if you're doing that, I think the Niners, if they draft Nolan here, I think they do it in mind of getting a bigger D lineman later in the draft that can kind of be a run stuffer either next to him or on later downs. So
I like Nolan a lot. He seems like a monster one-on-one. But in a 4-man front and a wide 9 at 293 pounds, he might have the same issues that Hargrave had as a run defender.
Yeah.
That's my question with him.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Also, it's supposed to be a really deep drafted defensive tackle. So if you don't take one here, you could get one in round 2 or 3. Yeah. Not that the Niners have had any success drafting that position. You know what's funny? The Niners are still trying to replace DeForest Buckner, if you think about it, man. They tried to replace him with Javon Kinlaw, didn't work. Then they tried to replace him with Javon Hargrave, didn't work. And now they're on to option 3 all these years later.
So who do we pick? Who do we pick first round, boys? Who do we pick? There's so many. Like I just think for Walter Nolan, I don't know if you'd pick him.
The scary part about taking Will Johnson here is that now what do you do in rounds 2 and 3? Like, do you have to go D-line round 2? Like, can you get all your trench players on day 2?
I mean, I think you have to focus trenches, but for some reason, I don't know if it's like a human psychological thing, but when I've done these mock drafts, when I see somebody like a Will Johnson, who, like, in my opinion, is best player available here, right? Not necessarily the best for the Niners, but I think he's best player available. For some reason, it makes me want to take BPA for the rest of the draft. But I think you have to get off that and fill needs as well. But also taking best player available is what the Eagles do. So let's
do it. Let's do it. Let's go with Will Johnson. It was Daniel Jeremiah's pick. He's arguably the best player available. And he would give the Niners 3 lockdown corners. It'd be really tough to pass against the Niners.
Yeah, it would. Definitely.
They still would have no run defense. We got to work on that run defense, guys. Because the Super Bowl champs just won while throwing for 181 yards a game. So it's not necessarily the passing league that it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. So next pick, it's this pick. I'm going to fix my camera real quick. Like, if you want to talk about this pick, I'm just going to fix my camera real quick.
Okay. They still have Benjamin Morrison on the board, which is crazy. So if I were to see this before, maybe you could go what you were saying with like a Tyler Warren and then pick up Benjamin Morrison here. I think Benjamin Morrison's a really good player as well, and I think he's going to go earlier. I think he's going to go like late first. I don't think he's going to be here in the second round though.
Are you looking at the chat? They're cooking us, man. They hate the Will Johnson pick.
Really?
Yeah, they don't like it. What a dumb pick, says Chase. That was a horrible pick. Laughed my ass up. Cook 'em chat, says Steven Saunders.
I think I mean, it's like at that point, I think it's best player available, and it's tough not to, because when like Will Johnson is, I mean, he's a stud, and when you have 3 lockdown corners like that, I just think it's going to be tough, because if you can go from here, like, chat, think about it. If you could go from having another lockdown corner, so now you have Green, who showed a lot of potential and we love. You have Demo, who can kick inside if you need to, and he's a dog outside, and he's going to lock up anybody we ask him to. You're losing Ward, so you need that kind of replacement, right? We saw it last year. We do need that third corner. And then if you can address the defensive line and offensive line still from here, because both those classes are pretty deep in this draft, I don't see a problem with that pick.
And here's the thing, like, if you have 3 lockdown corners, not 2, but 3, no one you can pick on, then that means that you don't necessarily have to play split safeties. Yeah. You could go single high. You can go 8 in the box. You can bring pressure. You can rush 5. You can do all kind of stuff if you have 3 lockdown corners. If you don't, that limits your coverages and what you can do. So, and you actually could improve the run defense by having 3 lockdown corners, by adding another man to the box.
Exactly.
And Nick said, if this guy's like Pat Surtain, then we have a guy that's close to Pat Surtain.
You're not mad at that.
Lenore.
Yes.
No.
He's better. He's your best corner.
Yeah.
No offense to Diamador.
And not to mention, today a report came out like 15 minutes ago that says we're sticking with Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown. So you already have Jair Brown, who can't.
Who said that?
It was posted today. It was RSF posted it. It was an analyst.
Okay.
The Niners are prepared
to
go into the season with those 2 players. So it's like, with that being said, like you were saying, it gives you more versatility to do that. And not to mention, these fans that are saying this are the same fans that were upset last year that our defense is too bland and doesn't show stunts, all that stuff. So it's like,
it's true.
I love the versatility. I love being able to, hey, Saul, here's your defense. We have so much versatility weapons, and you can just cook with schemes and whatever you want to do. I like that.
I mean, that's what Aaron Glidd did all year with the Lions. It's like, if you have good corners, you can bring pressure. You can manufacture pressure. You don't necessarily have to have the best 4-man pass rush of all time. You can, if you have that, that's great, but that takes years of great drafting. Yeah. You can't do that right now. The Niners aren't going to be able to come away with a great 4-man pass rush from this draft.
Yeah.
No.
I think Will Johnson's a good pick, man. Like, there was 4 guys there: Tyler Warren, Will Johnson, all those guys. Any pick would be good. I just think, for us, I think we still got Kittle, bro. Like, I don't know. I think Will Johnson, that pick was.
I don't like the argument that you don't need a corner, because you always need a corner, and it does improve the whole defense. But if someone wanted to make the argument that Will Johnson is overrated or somehow not worth that top 10, top 11 pick, that would be a discussion to have. Because from what I see, he looks like Patrick Surtain. I mean, he looks like a guy that any team would want.
Yeah.
Now for round number 2, who do you guys want? You know what? I have a guy. Let's draft Jalen Milroe, and then Jalen Milroe will replace Brock Purdy.
Hey, man, don't talk crap about Jalen Milroe. I like Jalen Milroe, but not at 43, okay? No. So let's hope that he's there at 10 something or something. But man, there's an offensive tackle available at 43.
Conerly's a good prospect too, but click D-line. Let's check through D-line and O-line here.
Okay.
Alfred Collins, a dog.
Deion Walker's a really big body, and he'd be a huge like 2-gap run stuffer, but he is raw. He does need a lot. Same with Omar Norman-Lott. It's okay. Grant, this guy, I don't know if you know anything about him. It's kind of weird. He never started on Tennessee. He didn't even start on Tennessee, but he's going to probably be a 2nd to 3rd round pick somewhere.
Here's my problem, though. I don't like players with 2 last names. I take them right off my draft board. Pick one.
Doesn't fit on the jersey.
I don't like it. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles wasn't that good. Name one player with 2 last names who's hella good.
That's a good point.
Valdez-Scantling.
No, it's a terrible point. Josh Hines-Allen would be one. I like him. He's pretty good. He threw that Hines in late in his career. I don't know where that came from. I think it's because Josh Allen's a really good quarterback. He needed to step out of his shadow. Anyway, 100%. I'm just trying to contribute to a conversation in which I don't know what I'm talking about. He's probably a good football player. I'm sorry that I made fun of his last name.
There's a lot of players that I like here, like Alfred Collins, TJ Sanders. Check edge here.
Alfred Collins would fit the Niners wide 9.
Yes,
he would help their run defense big time.
He's sick. Okay, I think for me, best guy on edge is Jared Ivey. This guy's so sick.
But we can get that with the next pick. Okay, check offensive line here. Let's check inside and tackle.
Tate Ratledge.
Embo's not bad. Fairchild, but those are later prospects. Okay, check tackle. Yeah.
Josh Conerly's interesting.
I mean, I think we go Conerly here.
Plus, look at he's supposed to go 29th and he falls 43rd. I mean,
that's kind of nice. Best player available, fills the need.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think fills the need.
You gotta go there.
Yeah, we're gonna go Josh Conerly Jr. I like this draft, bro. Like everyone that's saying they don't like Will Johnson, it's because they want to freaking draft the sexy player. I think Will Johnson is I think he's even you don't want to draft the sexy positions, but Will Johnson's that good, dude.
Warren, but it's just
he's that good, bro. He is that good.
And
let's see.
You're talking to somebody no, go back to that.
Which one?
Belton, offensive line. Yeah, Anthony Belton's there at 99 still.
So we could probably
there at 99. I think
you like Anthony Belton?
Yeah, me and Jesse are on the same wavelength with this one. Jesse loves Anthony Belton too. I think he's gonna play in the NFL for a long time and have a really good career. And I think you can lock him for 10 years.
Interesting. So that's a potential target later on if you wanted to go D-line and or something else in round 2.
And Grant, if you look at Maj's eyes right now, he's locked in on Mukuba.
Mukuba, Grant, I've never seen a Niner in my life. I've never seen a college player that just screams out Niner more like this guy. I think this guy he's everything you want in a safety. Coverage is amazing. If you need a big play from him, he'll make that big play. He's a big time hitter. Literally in a game, I watched him blow the helmet off of a quarterback because of how hard he hits. I think if Mukuba's here, you draft Andrew Mukuba. I think whatever team gets this guy, he's going to be a starting safety in the league right away.
He's a good coverage safety too, which is something we don't have.
Yes, I'm telling you,
nice compliment to Mustafa.
Yeah,
yes,
100%, exactly.
And I think Jair. I think we do listen. Yes, give Jair another opportunity since last year was a little bit of a down year. Maybe I don't know, but I just feel like Mukuba would literally take Jair Brown's spot like this.
Can you imagine
like this?
Oh, the names being Mukuba and Mustafa. That's the scariest. You would never want to run a slant across the middle of the field with one.
Let me ask you about Mukuba. Can he cover tight ends man to man?
Yeah.
See, the Niners need a guy who can do that.
Enough to, yeah.
And would he help the run defense?
Yes. Oh, yes. He's a missile. Yes,
great.
1,000%.
Okay. A jack of all trades. He's a great cover.
He hits like Mustafa, but he's not even he hits like Mustafa.
The Niners need a player like that. My only other
Exactly.
question is like, is there a D tackle you would like at 75 who's better?
Yeah, check D tackle because Jordan Birch I really do like.
And Deion Walker's still here, so
I could see a world where they take Deion Walker just because of a two gap kind of player, and they
Is Jordan Birch going to test really well?
I think so. Yeah.
He is, right?
Yeah.
Deion Walker's like 350.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're looking at it in this situation, like Jordan Birch is going to move better than Deion Walker.
Yeah.
And test better. But I think teams are going to like Deion Walker just because of how big he is and the run stopping ability. But Jordan,
Here's my thing with Jordan Birch. The Niners have had absolutely no success drafting defensive tackles except for ones that went to Oregon.
Yeah. Armstead and Buckner.
I'd be interested in Jordan Birch, Derek Harmon.
I love both of them. I like Harmon and I love Birch, so I would not be upset with that.
I'm inclined to go Birch here, although I've seen his highlights and I haven't seen the safety, so I'm biased and I don't want to be the deciding vote here. If the safety's better, I'll defer.
Like the thing about Mukuba
here with the cornerback, like pick one. I think we have to skip on Mukuba now
because we already have a DB.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
If we started Walter Nolan and Josh Conerly per se,
then you go with Mukuba.
Yeah,
it's just that is the bad thing about Mukuba is he's great at a lot of things. It's just his thin frame. He kind of looks like a cornerback, which that I still think he hits like freaking Mustafa and he's built like a cornerback. But I do understand. Yeah, we did go Will Johnson, so it'd be kind of weird for us.
Does it bother you to go Oregon back to back? You know what I mean? You got Howie drafting Georgia only, and we're gonna be Oregon. Good team though.
I like it. Hey, to your point, every duck we've drafted is good. Demo's
I'm saying it's worked out, except for LaMichael James.
He still wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible.
But
Lenore, that worked out. Yeah, why not? I like Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
Jordan Birch to the 49ers. General manager Grant Cohn with the pick.
I think so. Here's the thing too about at the bottom there, JJ Pegues or Pegwace, however you want to say it. I don't think
he just got picked.
Oh
my God! Look who's there,
bro. What?
That's Mukuba.
He's
there.
Check everything else though. Let's check everything else. Let's check our options at tight end.
What about center?
Ooh, because if there's one center there, where's center? Is it
IOL?
IOL, right here. Okay,
yeah. Jared Wilson. Jake Majors.
Yeah,
I think Jake Majors later.
Yeah, there's a couple people that I think can actually start day one. Pick
out of all the centers, I think Jake Majors is.
It'd be nice to replace Brendel now.
Yes.
Or get someone who could play guard for a year and replace him when he's ready.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
Because maybe Kyle wouldn't want to put a rookie at center. I don't know. What are they going to do at left guard? Are they going to sign someone? That's a big issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Kyle's just gonna have to have a reason, like he did with Booney. You know what I mean?
I mean, it can't be Burford. Sorry, Spencer, but I don't think he's ever really shown that he's a full-time starter in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So I think Fairchild could start day one. Scroll down. Frazier's not a bad pick. I think he has potential to start. Willie Lampkin. I think Willie Lampkin got snubbed, and I don't think he's going to the combine, Grant.
Oof.
Yeah.
What about Milrow? Is he still available?
Who?
Milrow. Is he still available?
Oh my gosh.
No.
See, like Will Howard, I think is the better one out of here, or like somebody like Kyle McCord.
But I think
Grant he throws a nice deep ball. He can't move though.
He does. I think Grant. I think you want to draft Jalen because you want a guy that can back up Purdy that can actually run the ball.
I want a dual threat quarterback, and that's
I know, but Jalen Milrow. Not gonna lie, I watched that game against what was it, Michigan? Or I think it was Michigan or some game. He looked really
I don't care, man. He's 225. He runs a 4.3. I don't care. Here's the thing. Anthony Richardson was the 4th pick in the draft. He can't throw a football straight to save his life. How did he get to be the 4th pick in the draft? Because he's 6'4"? If Jalen Milrow was 6'4", people would be talking about his potential, but he's 6'2". People are like, I don't like him. I don't care, man. He could be like the best running back in the league.
Yeah,
I think.
It's the upside for Richardson.
Hell yeah. That's a worthwhile project, but I wouldn't take him in round 2. That's a little too high for me.
I'm not saying he's not a worthwhile project for a bunch of teams. The Niners. You can't tell me Shanahan wouldn't pull his hair out trying to coach.
I would hate him. He'd absolutely hate him. Wouldn't work.
Yeah.
No. But just looking at where the league's going, I feel like I don't know. Him and Justin Fields deserves another shot too. You can't tell me that Jalen Hurts is way better than Justin Fields. I don't think he is.
I agree. I just also think he'd pull his hair out trying to.
I agree.
What
You ready for Joe Flacco, boys? Let's go.
What
about
saying that now, considering he drafted Lance? Like
I know. It's like he understood it and got it,
Yeah.
and then tried it out and was like, "Nope, not for me. I don't like this. Hate it."
Yeah. What's your guys' opinion on Barrett Carter? I like Barrett Carter. He's a guy that can cover tight ends. He's very fast, good change of direction. Do you like Nick? Do you like
click
Barrett Carter?
Linebackers and see what
Click
else we
linebackers.
have. Because I do like him, but I also think Demetrius Knight's a good player. I do like Jeffrey Bassa is still there. Scroll down, see what else we have later in the draft.
Do you want me to go?
Can we just take a minute to acknowledge that all of our picks have A's and one of them got an A+. We're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. And listen,
Great job.
You're Grant, your chat saying that we're not doing a great job. Well, look at the numbers.
Look at the grades.
Exactly. We should be the general managers for the 49ers.
Do we need to get more run support on defense? We got a corner. We got an offensive tackle. We got a D tackle.
Let's check edge.
Do you want an edge rusher? Do you want we could go off ball linebacker, go safety?
I think we check edge and see what
I think we go safety.
Okay, so we have we could go safety for sure. So there's go edge real quick. There's a couple I love here. Savion Jones, I think, is also going to be one of those players that tests way higher than where he's at right now at the combine. Scroll up. Is that David Walker? Yeah, David Walker's a stud out of Central Arkansas. Another small school guy. Alua Femi Oladejo. He's a stud.
UCLA, baby.
Yeah,
Grant,
I think he's going to test.
Grant, do you like
combine as well?
Grant, do you like Antoine Powell Ryland? He has double last name.
Off my board. Sorry.
Grant's just going to stop watching his pocket when he goes up. It's like,
it works in basketball, but not football. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think you could go safety here, and one of these guys is going to fall, either Savion Jones, Olafuemi, or David Walker.
What about kicker?
No, that's what I was just about to say. Andres Borregales, welcome to the 49ers. Let's go.
Grant,
Let's do it.
PTSD, dude. They're going to be waking up.
Let's do it.
What about a tight end who used to play linebacker and converted 2 years ago?
No, funny thing is, this Andres Borregales guy, I think he's like the best kicker in the draft, and the Niners like talk to him. If we draft another freaking kicker,
no, you know what they're going to draft here? Running back.
Oh,
running back.
We can actually see what.
No, Kyle can't resist.
Check the.
It's going to be right. Who's the best running back available? I want to know.
Right now,
I think it might be Devin Neal.
It could go a couple ways. Ollie Gordon maybe has had the best like college career. He had a down year. My favorite play is Devin Neal. Yeah. He played all 4 years, so it follows the same thing that we were talking about earlier, where plays all 4 years. He's a senior. Same thing they did last year, and he doesn't get hurt. He plays like I'm trying to think of what running back he's kind of compared to, but he plays really he runs really hard. I could kind of see him being like maybe a little less explosive Jordan Mason. Like he's not going to hit the hole necessarily as hard as Jordan Mason, or
because who does?
Or Jordan Mason.
But I think
I love Jordan Mason
and his vision. But Devin Neal,
they should extend Jordan Mason. They extended Juwan Jennings last year to get him that little 2-year extension. They should go with Mason.
Grant, if I'm Mason, I'm saying hell no. I'm going to another team. Like Jordan Mason, he can get a starting job on another team. 1,000%. I feel like I felt bad for Jordan Mason. We brought back McCaffrey and we basically said, you know what, Jordan Mason, screw you, sit on the bench. After everything he did, and he was balling, man. He was. There
is that. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought of it from that perspective.
Like I feel bad for him. There'd be moments when it would be McCaffrey, and I was like, damn, are we ever gonna play Jordan Mason again? Like I feel bad for him. But I don't know. I think for me, you can't pass up on a guy like Mukuba, man. And also, someone say it in your chat, wide receiver. Maybe we look at wide receivers right now. If Debo's leaving, I mean, Nick Nash, this guy was, I think he had like the best stats as a wide receiver
Like a
in
triple crown
college.
in college. He basically
He won Triple Crown. So this guy literally, like, people made jokes that he was better than Travis Hunter, which, I mean, that's a little bit crazy. This guy went to San Jose State, but he had the best overall stats out of any wide receiver. I don't really know much about Nick Nash, but he must be pretty good, but I just don't know. His school is not the greatest, so I don't. For me, the best receiver I like on this is Jimmy Horn. Very fast, good route runner. He's just really small. Like, he's really skinny. He's really small, so maybe the Niners can buff him up a little bit, but I think that's for later in the draft. So who do you guys want to draft with the 99th pick? Are you guys a Mukuba? Are you guys running back, Barrett Carter? Good against
I'd like
the
to go
run?
defense again, but I feel like Kyle is going to jump in and be like, no, I need a running back. But I would go defense again here. I still feel like run defense is such a problem. And if they could get the safety you like, or a linebacker, or another defensive lineman, I would do that.
I
Go.
think
I don't know.
I think you gotta go Barrett Carter, because Barrett Carter's good at guarding tight ends. He's good at
I don't
in the
think
run game.
I don't think they go just because Bass is still there, Cody Simon's still there. I don't think they go Carter. I like Carter. I don't
Yeah.
think they go Carter though. I think they go D line or edge here, and I think they go someone like Jordan Phillips, or like I said, Savion Jones, or Olufemi Oladejo, or David Walker. One of those three, or one of those four, I guess. With
When do they pick next?
112. So
112.
Do you think one of these edge? Are you worried about Savion Jones or
No.
Oladejo not being there at 112?
One of those three with David Walker is going to be there at 112. For
All
sure.
right, so let's take one of those three at 112 and take someone else at 99. Is that a good plan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
who are we taking at 99?
In that case, I think it's either Jordan Phillips or Mukuba. I like Jordan Phillips though. I think he's good.
Okay. Well, you listen, both of you guys want to go D line. If it was me, I'm picking Mukuba. But
Let's look at this one more. This is a tough pick. If we're gonna go
Okay.
D line at 112, that means that's another defensive player. And if we go defense at 99, that's for the first 5 picks defense. That's fine. The Niners defense needs help, but they do need a wide receiver. They do need a running back. They do need a guard. So you could go. I mean,
I also
don't know.
here's the thing too. It's tough that we're doing this now because the draft is happening after free agency, right? So
right.
I don't really
Yeah.
see, like, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm not, but I don't see us taking a wide receiver. And if we do, it's gonna be like a 7th round flyer in the draft.
No.
I see us more picking one up in free agency and then like addressing that need, like hopefully with a Devontae or like a maybe. I mean, I could see a world where Kyle gets the guy from Atlanta that used to be on the Rams, Rondo Moore or
Coleman. Oh, whatever. Oh, sorry.
Right, he's coming off an injury, but he's a speedster, so I could see us like taking a flyer on that because we'd get him on a cheap contract.
I just think
the
Go on,
the
Grant.
chat wants us to take Mukuba for what it's worth.
Thank you. I just don't. I don't think you can pass. If Mukuba falls, you can't pass up on a guy. Personally, I think, man, I did a live with Grant. Not with Grant, with Jesse yesterday. Me and Nick, and he thinks Mukuba's gonna go late 2nd, early 3rd. And if he's falling to pick 99 in the 3rd round, you pick Mukuba. It's like, I understand you guys want to go D line. You guys
And to
wanna
have
go
the
Jordan Phillips.
Mukuba Mustafa pairing, it's just you can't. That's just
No.
too good.
That is too good, man.
You need that.
Like, literally, I think the only negative about Mukuba is he's not big. He's built like a corner. But man, if
he's playing next to somebody like Mustafa, you don't need
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think we go Mukuba here, and we hope and pray Jordan Phillips, or I'm not going to pronounce Olu. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that guy's name. I don't want to pronounce his name, but I think we go Mukuba here. I think we go Mukuba.
Cool.
Okay, so
it's an A. Grant, people in your chat are saying that we're doing a bad draft. I'm only seeing A's right now.
A. Okay, let's get that edge
A
rusher.
plus.
we're passing the test.
Trade offers. That's pretty cool.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
do
they did
trade
that.
offers next time. Maybe I don't. Oh my God, Chris Paul, guys, let's draft Chris Paul.
He's
Okay,
such a
all
good point guard.
Listen. I wanted to go edge. If you don't pick Anthony Belton here, we're I'm quitting the draft.
Oh my goodness! So you get another
Oh my God.
offensive tackle.
Yep.
Yes, you have
I
to
like
Anthony
this.
Belton.
Yep.
I like this.
So we go Anthony Belton, not just right away. I think you have
Yeah.
to.
Do it.
Between him or Conerly, we can kick one of them over if we need to, or we can kick one to guard. Like,
Okay, but why are we just moving past Chris
Kick
Paul?
McKivitz to the bench.
But
Yeah.
why are we moving past Chris Paul? I mean, great point guard, can move the
That's true.
rock. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
No,
Okay.
take the offensive tackle, and then I want to ask you guys a question, like a
Okay.
halftime,
Oh,
because then we're gonna get into players I definitely don't know. So let's back
We
it
got
up.
C+,
Who was the
Grant.
first pick in the draft? Was it Cam Ward?
yes.
Yes, Cam Ward.
It was Cam. Okay. Would you guys trade the 11th pick in the draft
Okay.
and Brock Purdy? What? The 11th pick in the draft and Brock Purdy for Cam Ward. Would you do that?
Oh man. Listen, Grant, I think I would, but the Titans would have to be, well, the Titans are pretty stupid. They would have to be stupid to do this. And Grant, just take a look at the board. We got to see.
I think they might be.
Yeah,
I
but Grant, look at the draft. We got a C+. Crap. I know.
I'm telling you.
Hey, listen, Grant, they had to give us a C+ to like
They're mad.
round it out a
They're
little
hating.
bit. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's why.
Not going 112.
What a hot take.
Somewhere around the 75.
I would trade Purdy and the 11th pick for Cam Ward. I like Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's going to be hella good. I don't know why he's not getting more love. I think he's hella good.
I think Cam Ward's going to be good too. But Grant, do you really trust Shanahan to develop a quarterback like that?
Yeah.
I don't know
Trey
if I-
Lance.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I would fire Kyle. So I don't really care. I don't give a damn. That's not factoring into my decision making process here. But that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
the
point.
only reason why I say that no, but and I also think Brock got it down here. I think he's gonna play better this year, but I see what you're saying, and I do. Think
Okay, sorry to derail the show. Everyone is pissed because we didn't take an edge rusher. Let's get this edge rusher at 138.
All right,
Oh, yeah, we haven't even drafted an edge.
go edge. The only reason why I'm taking Belton is because I know he's not going to be there. He's going to test better at the draft. I think we go literally one of those three, if not take both of them with the next.
I mean, I think they have back-to-back picks here, no?
Yes.
Yep.
You just take both.
Yes. Give
Do
me
that.
Okay, give me Savion Jones,
Mm-hmm.
athletic specimen. He's a
Okay.
stud.
Perfect. And then we pick Powell Ryland because Grant loves
Yeah,
that name right there.
he's already off Grant's board. He's off Grant's board. He can't.
Oh, wait,
even-
hold on. Jackson Smith and Jig, but he's good. Okay, I changed my whole philosophy. He's back on the board.
Oh my gosh,
he's back
you
on the
do.
board.
Yeah, back on. The
Oh
board.
yeah, he is. Yeah, Jackson. Yeah.
He's back on the board.
Yeah, I think this is a tough one between Oladejo and David Walker. I think they're both.
I think you go with Oladejo.
You got to go with the UCLA guy. No,
Yeah, 'cause-
no. I feel like in round 4, the small school guy might have a chance to be like the
Like the Mac
diamond in the rough.
Like
Because everyone needs an edge rusher. Why would a UCLA edge rusher be available in round 4 and good at the same time? I don't understand.
I don't think he's going to be here to answer.
Okay.
to that
Okay, fair
point.
enough.
I think he's going to be another one. He's really athletic, just like Savion Jones, who we just picked. I think
Athleticism's good.
Yeah, I think at the combine he's going to be like a Nolan Smith and just shoot up the draft boards.
All right, then take that guy.
Yeah.
I'm easily influenced.
Yeah. The only reason why I was saying David Walker possibly for this pick is because Savion Jones and Oladejo are pretty similar players.
Mm.
So that's why you'd get a difference in player with David Walker, but you can't go wrong with either pick. I think they're both absolute studs.
You make the pick. I feel like you have a good.
I think you got to
feel
go
for
with
this.
Oladejo.
I like
I think
Oladejo. So
Out of all these guys, I feel he has the most potential.
all right.
Cool.
Look, they
B
give us
plus.
Stephen Jones A+.
That really pisses me off.
No, I think we're gonna.
I think it's because we took back to back, but it's fine. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Now, okay, all right. So let's look at the board that we've taken. We got cornerback, we got an offensive tackle, we got a D line, we got a safety, and another.
This is a great draft.
If it out went this way, I don't. If you're a fan of the Niners and are mad at the way this draft has gone, I don't know what to tell you. I think
We got the trenches. We got, two players on each side of the trenches. 2 DBs who could start right away.
go
It's
D
a pretty
line.
good draft. And 2 edge rushers.
Nick, before you talk, I think at this point in the draft, I think Kyle Shanahan would want to go Trevor Etienne. because we
pick.
know Kyle Shanahan and he loves his freaking running backs. I think Etienne wasn't bad. I think he had like 600 yards this year, average like 6 yards a carry. He wasn't bad. I just think, yeah, there's better players on the board, but if you're in Kyle Shanahan's mind, you're in John Lynch's mind, they love the running backs. We need a running back, I think, because if Jordan Mason's leaving, Isaac Rendo's injuries, and then McCaffrey, like I think Trevor Etienne could be a good pick here. I also do like Aronde Gatson the second. He's good. I don't know. Someone in your chat said we got to replace our long snapper, guys. What do you think about that? I think we might have to draft a long snapper here.
Are you kidding? The long snapper is like one of the top 10 players on the team right now. This guy is like
You're
a
right.
7-year vet.
Sorry.
I've never seen someone snap a football the way Tabor Pepper does. So don't even think about it. What they need to get is a kicker, but maybe not in the draft.
Dude. If they draft a kicker, I don't even care if it's in the 7th round. I'm still going to be upset. There's too many undrafted kickers that are good.
That's true.
Go D-line though, just to look.
Just to look. Okay.
Yeah, because I think there's a world where this guy right here, Riley Mills from Notre Dame, this is an interesting one because he was probably Notre Dame's best defensive lineman, and he blew his knee out. In the first playoff game.
Ooh,
so
I'll pass.
He is going to be coming off an injury, but I think this is a player where if you can get him in the 5th or 6th round, I think you take a chance because of how good he is.
But it's just I do feel we need a running back though, and I like Trevor Etienne.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I see a world.
Kalia Davis, Contavious Street, Tank Carradine. They've tried this hella times. I mean, even I don't think it's worked yet for him. That doesn't mean this guy won't. I just I don't know.
Trevor Etienne can catch the ball. He can run. I think you got.
Is this round 5? No, we don't have a 5th round pick. Are we 4 or 6 right now?
We're 6.
Round 6.
Are we? Yeah, round 6. Yeah, we're at pick 189.
Okay.
And we have 3 7ths. So I could also see a spot where they trade those 3 7ths or a couple of those 7ths and move back up.
What about a receiver?
We could check receiver. I also love Damian Martinez. I'm an Oregon State fan. I watched him at Oregon State. He was averaging he had a really good offensive line, but he was averaging 6+ yards a carry. Went to Miami, kind of had a down year, but he's also playing on the back of Cam Ward at Miami. So
yeah, I think for wide receiver, I think right now I wouldn't want to waste a pick on these two guys. I think for me, I would go Jimmy Horn later in the draft, hoping that we sign someone maybe in free agency. I do think Jimmy Horn is good though. I think he's fast, good route running. It's just like I said again, he's small, so the Niners would have to work on that. But what did you say?
I said I like Kyle Williams too out of Wazoo.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do also like the tight end, Aronde Gatson the second. He's strong. He is kind of like he has mediocre. He's like fast, but he's not fat. I would say he's fast. He's precise route runner. I don't know. He's huge. He's 6'4", 247. I don't know. It's I think either right now we go tight end or running back, and it's either Aronde Gatson in the second or we go Trevor Etienne.
I think the more realistic pick is Gadsden because I think they met with him already.
I think we did. It was someone from Syracuse.
Gadsden already.
I think it was someone for Syracuse, and I think we do go Gadsden.
I don't like Etienne as much as maybe I should, or as much as other people.
Bloodlines, bro.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, but I hate his brother, Travis.
That's probably it,
dude. Every time I bet, sports bet him, he's terrible, and I don't know, he's not as good as I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think he is. I think we go Gadsden here.
Go Gadsden, beauty. Yeah. It's an A+. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, now we're at 228 is our next pick.
Yeah, 228, 232.
Quarterback.
We could look.
Quarterback. Let's see what we got.
I do agree though. I think we do have to draft a quarterback, man. I hate
it'd be nice.
It would be nice because we can actually maybe develop a guy and but Grant, what about Tanner Mordecai?
I like Tanner Mordecai, honestly. I bring in one
He
more
has
too,
an
though.
arm, man. He has
Yeah,
an arm.
good
too.
athlete.
Yeah, I don't know anyone here. Holy crap.
Absolutely not.
DJ Ukulele.
Oh, DJ Ukulele.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Niners draft DJ Ukulele.
Me being an Oregon State fan, I hate that guy.
He's so bad.
So bad.
Wasn't he like the number one recruit out of high school or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was him and
He was, right?
It was him and someone I forget, but he was number one. If he gets picked in this draft, I will be shocked. There was no way a team's like, you know what? I want him.
There's no chance.
All right, no quarterback. We missed him. Oh well.
And he's older. He's played like multiple years. I like is there anybody I like?
Oof.
Kyle.
Oh, kicker. Look, the best kicker's still here.
You take Kyle either. Okay, so there's a couple people I like. Kyle Monangi. If we're going running back, Kyle Monangi's the pick here. Great contact balance. He's a stud. Plays at Rutgers. I also like.
That Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt dude was just the MVP of the Shrine game.
Yeah, he's another good player.
They shut him down after one game because I think he was like playing on his 6th year, and they're like, "Hey, man, you're 30 years old. You can't play college football anymore." But he looks good.
I do like him as well.
I like Jaden Blue too.
But 2 names, you know what I mean? That's rough.
Yeah. When you were on all, Maj, I like Jabbar Muhammad from Oregon.
Where was I?
He's another cornerback in the all. For best
I just think if you drafted Will Johnson, you don't want another corner because I don't know.
You do have Luter. I'm just saying Jabbar Muhammad, I think, is really good. I thought he was gonna be a way better like prospect coming out, but he played at Washington before Oregon, and he went to the national championship with Washington. He was their lockdown corner and then transferred to Oregon. I just think he plays like Demo, like he plays with like a chip on his shoulder and just kind of like people. So,
I just think for running back, for me, I think we can draft a guy like Jaden Blue, or maybe if he goes undrafted. I like Jaden Blue a lot too. Solid running back, good size. He can good receiver out of the backfield. He has great speed. He lacks experience though, because I think he only played in college for like 3 years. And he does have issues with ball protection, but I think Jaden Blue isn't much different than Kyle Monangi, Kalel Malone. Like, I don't think he's much different. Like, I like Jaden Blue because CJ Baxter was a starter for Texas. CJ Baxter went down. Jaden Blue stepped in, and he had a phenomenal season. Like, phenomenal season. They handed off the ball to him like every freaking play, and he just ran. He kind of reminds me of a Jordan Mason, but he does have issues with ball protection. That's the only downside. Yeah,
he's smaller too. But I think Monangi just has if you're talking contact balance, this guy and Jonty are like on the same level. I just think he can break tackles and he just doesn't go down and he can move like Jonty where you're like, oh, he's going down here. No, how is he still up? How is he still up?
And I think we do need that too. If Jordan Mason leaves, we need another guy like Jordan Mason to come in. So I think we could go Kyle Monangi here. We could go.
He either hasn't fumbled or I think he only has 1 fumble in his entire college career. So ball security.
And he does run through people a lot. Okay, you know what? We'll go Kyle Monangi here. We'll go Kyle Monangi.
I like it. I like that pick.
Beauty. Oh, we do have another pick again? Oh my gosh. Okay, are we picking again? Holy crap.
Picks here.
Kicker.
Grant, we'll let you take a kicker with the last
kicker.
For you.
Take the dude from Miami.
Grant, would you actually want to draft a kicker?
I'll take him with the last pick. The last pick. If he's there, we'll take him with the last pick in the 7th round. I think that'll be all right. Not too much pressure. Round 3 is an insane amount of pressure.
Yeah, that's Jake Moody.
Check edge. We have a couple edge players. I just want to see what's available.
Johnny Walker Jr. They named him Johnny Walker. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny
Walker.
Sure. And he's a good player. He's a good player, Grant. I do like him.
Good name.
Tight end.
Well, we already drafted a tight end. Jackson Hawes is good too, but I just think
I know we drafted a tight end, but also Benjamin Urasek, Caden Prescorm, Luke Lachey, and Hawes are all good players. I just think here's my take on this draft. I'm sick of not having a good backup tight end. And if we have a backup tight end, it's been You know, the guy who went to Atlanta. I forgot his name off the top of my head. I just spaced on it. Grant, who's the best tight ends we've had?
Dwelly.
Dwelly, yes. And what's the other
Dwelly.
one? He went to Georgia. What's his name?
What's his face? Who cares?
Atlanta
Doesn't
now.
matter.
But I'm sick of having that where they can block and they can't really block, but they'll go out there and act like they can block because Shanahan's going to call some play where they have to hold the edge.
Right.
I'm just sick of it. I would love to draft 2 tight ends here. Maybe one that's a pass catching tight end and one that's a blocking tight end. And
what about linebacker though? We haven't really addressed that off-ball linebacker spot yet. Maybe they'll sign Nick Bolton or Dre Greenlaw, but that's another position to think about with these last couple of picks, like the Tatum Bethune spot.
Before we talk about linebacker, Jimmy Horn is available. Just to let you guys know, 217. Yeah.
I think Ja'Cory Brooks too is. You know that video on Twitter where Aaron Rodgers is throwing to those like high schoolers?
I think so. Yeah.
And Ja'Cory Brooks, I'm pretty sure, is the one that picks off Aaron Rodgers and then walks the ball and drops it in his hands. I think that's Ja'Cory Brooks.
I think. Okay, but let's check linebacker.
All right.
Teddy Buchanan.
Oof. Slim pickings.
Yeah, very slim pickings.
Yes.
Never mind. Kicker it is.
I think Grant. I think let's go Jimmy Horn and then a kicker.
Hold on, is there actually like a long snapper who's rated, like has a number next to him? Someone who's
395. How does that even happen? Like
who decides?
Who has it? Long snappers have been drafted before, right? That might be the worst pick ever.
Check edge.
I think I could long snap. Like I'm not like I don't know.
RJ Oben. It's not bad. Check D line. And then check offensive line and see what we're working with. Tonka Hemingway. You imagine
it's a good name.
Tonka. You can't tell me he's not taking your head off. He will.
Tonka. He's riding in a Tonka.
He's huge.
And he's going to write a book about it afterward.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
Go check offensive line and see if we have any options open because I think there's some late offensive line prospects that aren't bad. I do like down Joshua Gray. I think Joshua Gray is a good prospect. Marcus Ware. Marcus Ware is one of those sleeper picks where I could see a world where he goes late in the 6th round and he ends up being a starter in this first year.
Do you want to take Marcus Way?
Yeah.
You want to take him?
Maybe with the next pick because
I think for now though, like I like Jimmy Horn.
Okay.
But then Grant wants to draft a kicker.
I want to trade Brock Purdy for Cam Ward.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for a kicker.
But yeah, we can take a kicker. That's fine by me. I like that.
So you guys want to go Jimmy Horn here?
Yeah, you can go Jimmy Horn.
Okay, perfect. Let's go Jimmy Horn. A plus.
That's a great pick.
Plus.
We're doing a great job.
This is a great draft.
It's probably the best draft.
Maybe John Lynch is watching this, Grant. He's like, you know what?
The kickers for Grant.
Okay, Grant, this is for you. It's got to be this guy. He's the best kicker.
Thank you.
He's the best kicker in the draft.
Need that.
Okay. Drafted a kicker. Boom.
Oh, B+. Forget you. Incredible draft. Will Johnson.
I think this is a great draft. Will Johnson, great corner, got an offensive line of Josh Cohn.
Niners already instantly have the best secondary in the league, or one of them.
Wow.
This is, oh my gosh, you got Will Johnson and Mukuba. Holy crap. If this happened, oh my God. This would be
you got 2
phenomenal.
offensive tackles to eventually replace the ones you got now, which is nice.
Yeah.
You got like 4 defensive linemen.
2 D line and 2 edge, I think so. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You got a good tight end, good running back, guy that's
best kicker in the draft.
Strong. Best kicker in the draft. You got Jimmy Horn Jr. If he gains a little bit of weight, he'll be solid.
It would have been nice to take a quarterback at one point. But you know what? You can't get everything.
But there was no quarterbacks though.
Like Grant though.
Yeah, well,
you would have had to take one in like round like 4 or 5, and I like the edge rushers we got back to back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Is there any quarterbacks that you like?
Cam Ward.
Not really. To me, Milrow is like they all look like backups to me, and Milrow is the one backup who seems like he might have the ability to transcend that, but probably not. So I would just get
Mhm.
Justin Fields.
Mm.
But I don't know if he would want to come to the Niners. Or I would just trade Brock Purdy for Cam Ward. But I don't know if the Niners have the guts.
I do like Will Howard from Ohio State. And I think he's similar to Brock. I think
It's just he's so listen.
he's
I've
a big body, but he has running.
I've
He's a
watched so
Chip
much-
Kelly quarterback, though. Those guys always put up really good numbers and don't necessarily like DTR. Look at him. He sucks. And I thought he'd be good.
I thought
I don't know.
too. But I
thought he'd be good.
I just think he's Will Howard. Like out of those that you're talking, I think Will Howard is probably the best pocket passer.
That's true.
I just
And
feel like
he's kind of mobile.
And he can move. And I think
Mhm.
Shanahan would be able to work with that.
That's true.
Let's ask your chat. Like, how does your chat feel about this draft? Let's see what they say. But I think this draft, I'd give it a solid A. I'd give it a
Most-
solid A.
Far from great. Also
I'd give it a modest A++. I think we did great.
modest. I think this is a great draft, to be honest. I like it. Will Johnson, Josh Conerly, Jordan Birch. I think is a stud.
Somebody-
I liked our process of discussing the picks, too. I thought we did a good job working together.
Yeah.
Someone said drafted
Yeah.
kicker in your chat, Grant. We just got to show him we drafted
did.
Andreas Borleg.
You already know we took care of it. We got the best kicker in the draft. This guy is going to.
Best kicker in the draft.
Yeah, man.
Andres Borleg.
It's like we
Yeah.
got a wide receiver who can stretch the field. We got a running back who has great ball security and contact balance. We got Gadsden, great tight end. I don't know how people can hate on this draft. We got Belton and Conerly Jr. You could lock down both the tackles, or you could move one of them, kick one of them to guard.
And now our secondary is absolutely insane with Mukuba and oh my god. Oh my gosh. If that could actually happen, oh my gosh. We would be that'd be great. I love Mukuba so much. If we have Mukuba and Will Johnson, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah. Mock draft with Grant Cohn. What a draft it was. What a draft it was. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go subscribe to Nick. Of course, subscribe to Grant. I bet everyone subscribed to Grant. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe. We're out, man. Peace.